Well, go and sick people. Welcome to Sick Conversations, another episode of Sick Conversations. Usually you have Essie talking to like other warriors, her colleagues in pain. Today it's different. Yeah, she's talking to me. I'm her light, her joy, her everything. If Benja wasn't here, I would be her glory, her world. Yeah. My name is Bwomono. I am her friend, her connoisseur of the better things in life, her breath of fresh air. Yeah, that's who I am.
No.
Introduce yourself.
No, you're not.
I'm a public intro.
You're really
Introduce yourself.
No, everyone knows I'm just sick. Oh my god.
Yeah, count.
Okay, welcome to what episode? What? I don't know. This time we're going to do it a bit different. I thought you'd be the best of friends that I would host on this, as opposed to someone who would have, more sense. But
What?
yes.
I'm actually, I'm a very serious person.
No. Anyway, the point of this conversation this time is to show people what it's like to be friends with someone who has sickle cell disease. So, yeah, from the time you've met me, what has it been like? Let's start
Terrible.
from there.
It's tragic.
Wow.
But I think it's not even because of the disease, it's because of who you are as a person.
I said.
You have a big head. So this is why it's hard, right? One, when it comes to words, first, I can't understand your pain. I can never know the tolerance or things like that. But don't listen.
I don't listen.
You don't listen. They see you have a big head.
I'm sorry.
You have such a big head.
better.
Will you?
I'll try.
Ah!
I'll try to listen better.
You just say that to the camera. But
okay, but let me first ask, was it like, say the first time you saw me in a crisis, what was it like?
heartbreaking.
For you?
I don't.
Do you remember?
Yeah, uni. Yeah.
What happened? I don't remember.
It was uni. I know because then I was doing a lot of drives from here, from Bwomono to come see you, and then sometimes we'd be in town, we'd have to pass by to see you. It was heartbreaking. I don't feel like for me it has gotten easier. Charlene keeps hounding me when we're going to see you when you're sick. Don't cry, you're a grown man. You can't be crying. It won't make it easier on her. You're just shaming us, you're shaming yourself. But it's hard for me to see you in that state because usually you're big-headed and we're fighting about things, which for me is the normal pattern of the relationship. But when you're sick, you're just so fragile, man. You're weak, you look like any time now. Yeah, and for me,
Like, dude.
it's
Okay.
it's genuinely, it's hard. I feel like also, I wasn't prepared because you're the first person in my life I know who had sickle cells. So I wasn't prepared.
How did you feel when I told you?
I thought it was bad, man, like asthma.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes.
You're like, this chick is just.
It's a lico.
And then
yeah, you're better. That's
be
what
cool.
I thought. But it's not the same.
Did you read about it?
I did because you overgive me terms or things like that. So I had to for a bit, but then I didn't properly understand. I think I began understanding watching your health deteriorate, come back, seeing what the recovery process is, what you do to avoid those things. And it's also surprising because there's a lot of things in our lives that have evolved. We've had so many fights over the years on one, spending time. The things I like doing that you just can't do.
Like what?
Like random things like, let's go turn up on like a random ass night. I want to go get drunk because I'm a Kampala boy. That's what we do, right? But those are things that
And then you get bored because I'm like, no, I can't today.
Yeah.
So did that make you feel a certain type of way at a certain point? Like maybe she's making excuses or...
Yeah, there's a point I even stopped asking Tanga to, you know this.
Yeah. Manange, we even went for therapy for this.
But it had, like, something had to give because I felt like I was trying, you get, like I was trying to involve you in my life, trying to put you in things that I'm interested in, but at that point, maybe I didn't have the awareness of what you were going through because I didn't know. How could I don't go through the same things, I don't go through that. How did that make you feel?
Well, first of all, I was annoyed, very annoyed, then irritated by you because I could not keep on explaining myself every single time. And then at a point, I am like, okay, he really is not getting it. But then I realized the dynamic in where that was coming from. Because at first we're in university together, so we used to see each other every single day. And then that changed. We're now out of school. We're now trying to get into this whole employment thing. And then you have the energy to get out after work or to do what, and I don't. Like for me, a day is going to take me. So I had to start understanding you from your perspective, and then taking things like, okay, today when I get the energy, I'm going to do it for him. Like I'm going to try and do it for him so that you do not feel left out. But then it reached a point where I'm doing more things for you and also other people than for myself. So then I just stopped. I'm like, okay, if he gets annoyed, he'll get annoyed. He'll come around. Didn't you come around? you came around.
Doesn't that get draining then? Because you have to feel like, you know, regardless of your health, regardless of what you're going through, you have to put yourself in line for other people.
It does. It does get draining every single time. And it's a repetitive course because it never stops, regardless. Because you're going to reach a point and people are going to move on, but you don't want to be left out. You don't want to be left out. You're fighting with, oh, I don't want to be left out. But then I also have to, think about myself. So many times I put myself in situations that I should not have to in the first place. Then I pay for it later. I'm like, okay, now we're having another crisis. But I know what caused it in the first place. Ice cream is not that big of a deal.
It's so big
small
of a
thing.
deal, man.
No, it's not.
Do you know how cold it is these days?
Oh my God.
Do you know how cold it is these days?
So do you talk to other people about my health?
Yeah.
And?
I do. It's very surprising because number one, you don't come off as a warrior.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Let me give you context. There are a lot of people I talk to whose health or their situations in life are their whole personality. That's who they are. You get
it's not my personality.
No.
Dude, it's like here.
Nah, man. Let me tell you, mentioned in cars, in conversation. You're like, oh, hi, my name is Josie, I have this company, oh, I have sickle cell. Okay, so last week, what? It's very cash. You just slip it into sentences, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like the bigger deal about who you are. And I feel like that gets lost a lot in conversation. So sometimes when I'm talking, even to Jeff, sometimes when I have to leave work, so then I'm like, yo, Jessie's sick, I have to go. I'll be back later and whatever. So low-key, he begins to understand. These are things that, one, you can't control.
Yeah.
Like, it will come on a random day, at a random time, inconvenient moments as well.
Yeah.
So for you, we can never be sure that we'll have an event set with a planned date and execute it.
You can never, that's your worry.
Yeah, oh my God, man.
Your worries, I want, she might.
Yeah, bro. Like,
mine too.
This is your worry also.
I can never plan for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I planned for my birthday. So
right?
You saw what happened. Yeah, but I knew it was coming.
She knew it was coming.
I just knew. I just felt it.
Okay, before?
Yeah, I just had this is too good to be true. I was having too much of a good time.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, this is definitely going to come for me. Either before or after my birthday. Or on my birthday. Yeah. And it did.
Does that change the way you approach life, or is it like a YOLO thing for you?
It depends. It depends. Sometimes it's YOLO, sometimes it's, okay, I have to be careful. I have to think about how much work I have put in to stay alive. But then sometimes you know what, let me just do it. We'll see what happens after. It really depends on where I'm feeling, also my energy. Also, there are people around me. Like, if you give me gas, yes, I'm definitely YOLO. But if you're... Sometimes sickle cell is very, very convenient. I'm going to say that.
Yeah. Explain that to me. When you say people around you giving you gas, is it like the energy to be somewhere? Or just
the energy to be somewhere, and then if I'm not pressured. Like, say, if I come out with you, and then I tell you today I'm not drinking, and then you keep on throwing at me cocktails or whatever, I just lose interest in being in that space. Because regardless of whether I'm drinking or not, I'm still going to be, a good time. Yeah. So if I feel pressured to be someone I'm not, or like if I don't have that kind of physical energy to be on the same level as someone else, but then I feel pressured, someone starts telling me, oh, you're a vibe killer, you're not giving us, I'll be like, now why did I come? like, what was the point of this? I could have stayed home and watched my movies. But then if I'm in a space where I'm welcomed, like the joy that you've received that day is 100% welcome. If I'm drinking my Fanta and we're still happy, I'll actually even stay longer than everyone else. So I feel like I need to be more welcomed into these spaces other than like making me want to be someone I'm not. Because I really can't fight it. I can't pretend. Even if I want to pretend, I won't be able to pretend. So.
Damn, man.
Is it the first time you're hearing this?
No, but like, man.
It's not the first time.
Oh, moist. Anyway, I wanted to ask. This is something I actually want to ask you. How does sickle cells change the way you approach relationships?
That's not the conversation.
Yeah. It's about.
It's not. It's not.
It is. I need to know. How does it change the way you approach this?
Okay, I don't think it's any different. I just need people who are going to accept me.
Yeah.
That's it. So whether you're my friend or more than a friend, you just need to accept me and be understanding and be present. So the moment you're not, I feel a way like I really don't need to nurture that relationship in any way, because I'm going to show up for you. So if you cannot show up for me the same way, it may not even be the same way, but like at least a capacity where I feel like you accept my health or you try to understand my health. You honestly don't have to do much. Then yes, we have something. But then there are people who will just make you feel like it's a problem. Then they can't.
Do you always communicate these expectations? For me, you have over time, like continuously. But for your friends, do you properly communicate these expectations?
I do.
How do people usually take it?
They think I'm big-headed, like you said.
You are.
And entitled.
Okay, not entitled. Big-headed, yes.
Yeah, and entitled as well. And spoiled.
You are spoiled.
But,
entitled,
okay, like, entitled in the sense of, I don't know how best I can explain it, but more of like, you can't expect me to do that for you. Like, it's not a must. I have my own problems. Like, I get you have your own problems, but mine are kind of, like, I'm not trying to downplay someone else's issues. But say if I'm at work and then I get into a crisis and someone just leaves me there, yet I explain to you that I'm going to need you to help me at a certain point, or you choose not to be present for me in that scenario, then that's a problem. Or if I even ask for help, like very basic, everyone knows I need to hydrate, but then they also know that I'm very stubborn about hydrating. So if I ask like, oh, can you help me get like a bottle of water, like I'm feeling weird, or I'm in the middle of something and then I suddenly feel weak or my oxygen levels drop, and then I ask to sit down and you're not understanding of that, you're like now see, she started with her things, you get, like that kind of, like she expects us to drop everything for, it's not that I expect you to drop, I just expect you to accommodate. So that's where someone feels, oh, she's very entitled. Yeah. So that's a problem. Then I'm spoiled. Okay. But I'm spoiled. So
you are.
Yeah.
How have for our friendship, how have those expectations changed over the years?
Well, for starters, that's why you're in this conversation.
Yeah.
Like you always, I know 100% call Bwo and he is going to show up, and then you're going to carry a jacket for me. That's one thing I really love. You're going to carry a jacket for me, even though you know I have one, but you might carry a jacket for me. If I ask for one, you won't think about it. However much I've stolen all your jumpers, I'm sorry about that.
Man, you stole my knife. Oh, God. Listen, hold on. I had this beautiful jacket. It had Bwomono, a done African print on the side. It was a dope hoodie. I used to kill the streets with them. Girls used to see me.
I'll bring it back.
Wow. Never seen it again.
I'll bring it back.
Never. You know it, I know you.
And then also, I think the most important part is where you ask me every day, tell me like, oh, it's cold, can you carry a sweater or stay in, or like stuff like that. And then the most important aspect in our relationship is you allowing me to talk about talk about it freely. And no matter how deep it gets, like you're very open to listening. So you're not icked out. You're not. Though before it seemed like you used to fear it.
Still do.
You still fear it.
Man, you see when I come to you and I have to carry you, bro, I just spend the whole time apologizing.
Okay, what scares you?
It's
Okay, I know it's scary, but what scares you?
yeah. Man, how much time do you have? Yeah. Oh my God, a lot. A lot of it scares me. I think it's because like my only experience with sickle cells is you and Benja. That's it, right? So like everything else in my life, I feel like I have absolutely no ground. I have no experience. I don't even know what to do in that moment. Everything seems like it hurts, and it seems like me being there might make it worse. I don't know how much rest you need or how much you don't need. I don't know whether to give you energy or to just be there.
So why don't you ask?
Or also, I can ask
You
too
don't
many
know how
questions.
many questions you're asking. Okay, I get that.
Oh man, it's scary for me. And also because I'm very, very emotional, especially about you. So it gets deeper for me when I see you sick and all. Then it's hard for me not to make it about me. And oh my God, this is so hard for me to see her like this.
But it is about you because I'm an aspect of your life. So it should be okay for you to feel that way. And if you want to talk about it, just not when I'm sick.
I can't even bring it up later.
You can bring it up later, but don't like, oh, just see, I now feel so bad that you're sick. My life, like I don't know, I can't go to work. Like, dude, I don't need to.
First of all, I would never think like that. I would never say that.
Are you sure?
But Shaline's not invited here. It's fine. It's fine.
You should have Shaline on this conversation. But anyway, like if you feel you need to ask questions, like actually have one. When I'm sick and I'm not able to walk, how does that make you? Because for me, one thing I think I always told my mom is like the fact that I've been able to walk and I know what it's like to walk. Because the time remember when I got so sick for like 3 months and I wasn't able to. Yes, I was so scared that I might not be able to walk again. So I told her, the fact that I know how to walk, this is not something I want. Like this is not something that I want to ever encounter, but it's a possibility. So does that also just like fuck with your mind?
It does a lot. I actually remember that time because it was one of the scariest moments in my life. I hadn't yet properly settled into life, to making a bit of shmoney. So like you not walking was wild because in my head I was just calculating, okay, one, there's a lot of lifestyle changes that are going to have to happen for you, even for me. If I want to hang out with you, find wheelchair accessible places. I just can't go with you anywhere now. Fuck, I think at that period is the time I even started saving for a car. I mean, eventually later, Shaline helped me buy the car because, you know, shmoney girl. Yeah. But like at that point in my head, I was thinking, okay, how much can my life change to sort of make this?
Did you ever feel like you wanted to walk away?
No.
Really?
I actually didn't.
Oh.
I'd
say marry me, but you know.
Yeah.
Too late.
First of all, I can't simp for you like this. Like, I can't. Not for you. There's the other one already. Anyway, I didn't feel like walking away was ever an option for me. When it comes to it just isn't. I have a very special friendship with you, and for me that's something I treasure above a lot of things in my life. It works for me, it makes my life better, it brings a semblance of balance. Yeah, because you're big-headed, so you don't like being told what to do, but you spend all the time telling me what to do.
Let's see where you are, present for that.
Yeah.
Now you make money, you never had money before. Anyway. Okay, this is a bit, I don't want to say weird. Okay, it's not weird, but like, say now you know what it's like. You've seen sickle cell in all its aspects actually, because even with Benja, you've seen a whole different side that we're all very, very new to. So, would you date someone with sickle cells?
Yo.
You know me, your best friend has sickle cells. You're here.
Oh God. man, I think it
Man,
might
that's
be.
such a long pause. Take back your answer.
Yeah, no, I had to
Anyway,
think
I'm
about
joking.
it because two things, right? Being in a relationship for me and for everyone else, it's more about the person. Yeah, it's a good diplomatic answer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's more about the person than the disease. But I feel like if you date someone, and for speaking of my relationship as well, if Charlene had sickle cells, we've been together for so long, we live together, like there are certain responsibilities I would have to take on that I'm not fully sure I would even know how to handle at that point.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would. Only because I've known you with sickle cells. I've seen what it looks like. I've seen what it looks like in a relationship. I've seen what it looks like in a friendship. But I've also seen sort of the responsibility your parents take in carrying that on. The fact that you have that adequate support system.
Yeah.
Some relationships don't have that. It's just them two and they have to make it work. They have to figure out the treatment. They have to figure out how you're going to manage work and hospital stays and all that. And if you think about someone like Benja, for example, all those years, like it would put a strain in a relationship. But I don't feel like it's a deal breaker.
Like a deal breaker for you?
No, I don't feel like it's a deal breaker for me.
You
know what's a deal breaker for me? Your big head. That's it. It's your big head. Yeah.
Oh my God. That shouldn't be the biggest deal breaker. How about the fact that I don't want kids? Yeah.
Oh man. Also that, like, wait, is you not wanting kids because you don't want to sort of spread the gene?
No, I don't want to put myself through that.
Oh, okay, fair.
I don't want to.
You told me.
I don't know what it would be like to be pregnant and with sickle cells, because there are things like anemia now. Already, I'm anemic like 24/7. So if I'm pregnant, then what? Like, I'm going to be in a crisis more than I already am. Like, the frequency is going to increase. That means I'm going to have to take a step back on the number of things I'm already doing. Yeah. Also, when the baby comes and then the child is growing, I feel for that child seeing me that often in hospital or not being able to be there for them. They have a school event and, oh, mommy is sick again, that kind of thing. I really feel like a child should not have to see that, especially for their parent. Because if it comes to the part of the gene, that we can sort it out. That's not my issue. My issue is, how is a child going to see their mom being sick every time? Because, you know, my mom is the most, like, she's a very present parent, very, very present. And this is someone who took aside, sat down, and okay, she didn't decide for herself, but like she decided to be a stay-at-home mom just to take care of her children, and she's able to be there for us each and in like any time. Like, I'm going to call in the middle of the night and I'm going to reach home and she has already laid the bed, she has put everything together, like she's ready. She's always ready with her to go bag when we're going to the hospital. Now imagine when you have a child who is sick and you're also sick. What happens? So then I'm going to have to put the responsibility of that child and myself into my partner's hands. That's a bit too much. Yeah. Though, of course, there are going to be people who are going to tell me, oh no, we can't handle it. But I can't handle it. I can't handle that kind of, I don't know, pain of seeing my kid feeling bad for me. Because even the little times I've seen my parents ill, it's so much for me. Now, I can't imagine what a child would be like. Yes, and mine is bad. Mine is very bad. And you don't know how long it's going to be, so.
That's actually like a long explanation than you've ever given me for that.
They have to explain myself to you. Are you the one who's getting me pregnant? Are you the one who's getting me pregnant?
You see, so what I thought was you were afraid of the childbearing thing.
No,
that's what.
There's that thing that they say apparently child labor is like sickle cell pain is like 10 times more child labor. So my mom says that I would be like, I'll just pop that baby like a
light work.
Yes, it would be a hard pregnancy. That's true. It would be a very hard pregnancy. But I don't think the child labor would be so bad. I've had stories of people being in a crisis and in labor at the same time. So that's also a whole different thing.
So is it better for you? I was just telling you earlier, because you don't want to have kids, you don't have any kids, that now you have the money to spend on kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's Michael Jackson behavior right there. Yeah. You walk around just buying gifts to kids.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That's what I look forward to. I like being around them because I can take them back. One.
Yeah, there, get your gifts.
Yeah, the moment they become, I can take them back.
Yeah.
I would be very happy to be very supportive when you get a baby.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's not that I hate children. I just don't want my kids to see me sick.
Okay. Do you have a plan on how you're going to explain to my kid what your disease is?
Hi. I'm sick of
Cry again. Just slip it in. Let him figure it out.
Yeah, I think he'll just have to see it.
Yeah, you know he's going to cry. Yeah.
He'll see it.
It's just an emotion.
No, but I think I can explain it to a child because I've thought about it. Like, we'll see when it happens. I've been thinking about it. But like, I'll have a very simple way of explaining it. Say like from time to time I get sick and I'm in the cold. I can, get pain if I don't eat well. So you should also eat well. That kind of thing. But I feel like I'll just also drop it in, depending on where we're at.
I have a plan for it.
What's
So
the plan?
Charlene keeps worrying about the kid's teeth and my plans for ice cream and all. So I'm just going to tell the kid, if you eat ice cream, you're going to get sick. Like that's just
Wow!
Yeah.
No.
It's a scare tactic, right? Yeah, you have to go extreme.
That's horrible, and that child is going to have a lot of ice cream with me.
Yeah, man, there you go again. You see what I mean?
Sorry. Anyway, any last questions?
Yeah. What about my approach to your disease annoys you? Now, what would you like me to change about how I approach it?
Nothing now.
I've killed it.
Nothing now.
I'm just saying, I'm the one. Find me, befriend me, as you have seen. Top
wow.
recommendations. It's me. Yeah.
No one is going to be your friend after this.
What? I just like, that's why I'm here. New friends.
No one is going to be your friend after this. But yeah, nothing now. I think before you had reached in the height of it, of understanding it, so you felt like you had to control everything that I'm doing, like telling me when to go out, what to eat, how much to drink. Like you were overbearing. I'm like, dude, I've been living with this for so long. I know what to do. Like, but then you found the perfect balance. So now it's good.
Okay.